Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm happy to have you. As we all know, this is our next episode on this journey. Okay, we all know that this is an unfiltered story with Joy. My name is Joy, and I'm happy to have you on my channel. So today we're going to be talking about my journey with sacrilege. So the last time we talked about the faith sacrilege I had. That was on my second miscarriage, and today we're going to be going to the third one that happened 2023. So like I always say, my fertility journey, I did not have challenges taking in. Getting pregnant is very easy for me, but the only challenge I had was to sustain the pregnancy. That means to carry the pregnancy to full time. So during 2023, that was March. That was during election. Yes, I had my second miscarriage. Meanwhile, I had a sacrilege then as at week 12. That is approximately 3 months pregnancy, which is expected. That is what's that's the proper time to have a sacrilege, especially when you have a very weak service. You can have it from 13 weeks, 14 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks, depending on your gynecologist and the expertise you're working with. So I was advised to have that sacrilege at that was 12 weeks, but we had it 13th week. Yes, we had to delay it to 13th week to be sure that the fetus is properly formed. So we had a 13th week, and what happened to me when we got to 21 week? That's the 21st week. I started having dropped, and I went to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, and the doctor checked me, and he said that my sacrilege has been infected. That because of infection, that he will advise to terminate the pregnancy. I'm talking about almost 6 months. 6 months. That's 21 week. We have I exceeded 5 months, and I look at my husband and I said, not again. This is the third time. I said, not again. I said, how can why would they allow such thing to happen? At this point I was already fed up. I started feeling, is there someone that is doing me? Have I offended anyone? Is it spiritual? Because why am I having so much challenges? The pains, the journey, the whole trauma. So we had on that day when I started sporting, and now I went to the hospital. I was bleeding heavily because I refused to evacuate that day. He told me. I decided to try my fate. So on the day of the election, that was, I don't know, it was a local government election. I don't know, but I know there was election that day. That was 2023 March. I was bleeding, and they rushed me to the hospital, and where they had to evacuate because I was heavily bleeding. And after the doctor finished the evacuation, he called me and he said, Madam, you need to take a break, you need to rest, you need to give yourself space, you need to just take a break from conceiving. Let's see. Miracle can happen. I said, okay. So after then I had to heal. I had to give it a time. I had to give it time. I didn't take it for over 6 months. Then I tried. My mom started introducing me to some herbs that I should take herbs to heal myself, to help my system, to set my system. I was, you know, I was going through a lot at that moment. Anything works for me. I was just taking the herbs to heal myself, to make sure my body inside is properly taken care of. And that was how I experienced is the second failed sacrilege. Mind you, the gynecology, I can't say he's not an expertise, but one of the risks you have when having sacrilege is infection. That is why when you're on sacrilege, they give you a lot of antibiotics to make sure you don't get infected. I feel I was neglected, and that second sacrilege was not supposed to fail. But in all, we give thanks to God. Life, I was alive. I made it out of the theater alive. So I didn't take in for a period of time, and that was how I took break. And when I took him for the fourth time, I decided not to go for sacklash. Now I wanted to play my faith. I said, God, I know I've tried the medical sectors, I've tried everything. This is the point where you need to show up for me. I decided not to go for sacklash for the fourth pregnancy. So my fourth pregnancy, I gave it a try using the herb system, and I was introduced to a lady that actually took care of my sister when she was pregnant, when she had some challenges, and she actually did a good job. It's an old woman. She did a good job. I will not say it was a wrong decision, but I think she's good at what she does, but my case does not need those attention. But I think that pregnancy was the longest I had during this period of crisis. I carried that pregnancy 24th week before I miscarried it. Yes, I carried that particular fourth pregnancy 24th week. I was already 6 months, and when I pushed that baby out, the baby was breathing. Because it's a male child, they encouraged me not to incubate. I was ready to incubate, I was ready to take that risk. And the doctor looked into my eyes and said, I wish it's a female child, he would have encouraged me to incubate. That female survived more than me. So then I said, but this baby is breathing. He said, yes, but he cannot survive it because he's a male. Tears dropped my eyes. I felt so bad that I'm looking at my child losing his life before me. But in all, I had to hold on to God. I was still strong, pushing as if nothing happened. If you even see me on the road, you won't know that I'm going through all of this. So that was the fourth pregnancy I lost in a period of how many years? 3 years now counting. So fast forward to the fifth one, that will be in the next episode. So, what I'm trying to say, the lesson learned in my fourth pregnancy is the herbs is not a bad way. I cannot discourage anybody that wants to take that route, but understand your system, understand your body, understand your medical history, know what works for you. What works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B. My challenge is incompetent service, unable to carry baby to full term. It is wise for you to study your system, know what works for you, know your health status, know your history, understand your body. What works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B. The herb is okay for some people. I cannot discourage it because it's a traditional way of treating and managing things. But for me, my challenge was incompetent service as presumed by my doctor. So what I'm expected to do is to manage my sacklage and undergo some bed rest, of which I'm going to tell you how everything worked out on this my baby, my beautiful bundle of joy that God has given me this year. I'm still coming to that. My next episode, I'm going to tell you what happened in the fifth pregnancy before the sixth one. God is faithful. In all, you need to hold on to God. Thank you very much and wait for the next episode. The stories are very long. I'm just trying to wrap everything up. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to be cracking it down. Almost a long. The next episode is my biggest nightmare. Don't miss out. Subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. We are new here and we are learning and we keep learning and we keep improving. Please stay glued to our channel. Thank you very much. Bye.